So it's been an awfully long time since I came on here and made a video, or I even did any content for any of my social media. And I was about to give up on making this video because my tripod is broken, my ring light is broken. I'm trying to put my phone on my window, it's not cooperating. So now it's just on a stack of books, one inside Divergent and A Curse as Dark as Gold. I had to check with the other books in my shelf. So yeah, anyway, I don't want to drone on like in a boring tone or anything. And when I was coming to make this video, actually what happened was I just come out. I'd gone to view the sky. I'd been viewing the sky for over an hour, cloud watching for over an hour. And then I was like, you know what? It doesn't look that nice from my balcony. Maybe if I go to the top roof, I'll like what I see. So I went up there for like 30 minutes, the top of the building. And I liked what I saw. And I was like, you know what? It's time to come for a nap. But as I was getting in to go for the nap, I thought, make that video. Just go and make that video. You've had so many signs to make that video. Go and make that video. And when I was coming on here to make the video, I was thinking, what's the title of the video going to be? What's the whole thought process, everything of the video going to be? And I was thinking, now that it's over. And the reason I was thinking now that it's over is because so many things have been so over for me ever since the 1st of January. And a part of me has just been like worrying, oh my God, that's gone. What am I going to do? That's another thing that's gone. Things just kept on going. And you see, my life isn't over or anything, kind of feels like. But now that it's over, what next? And yesterday I was just shuffling this deck of cards, my Egyptian Gods Oracle cards. I don't always take this out. I got these cards and I just kept them. I usually don't even use them for readings. I'm just like, these are cards just for me to look at and learn the Egyptian deities and all. And as I was shuffling them, one card fell out. And then a second one and a third one. And I'm going to show you the cards because the card that fell out is a card I've never realized I have this card. Like, because you see the way it is, I was like, wow, that's a nice blue card. How come I've never recognized this card? And I looked at it and it was Hapi, the Egyptian god Hapi, the god of renewal. This is a god of the river Nile. And I was like, that's interesting. I was looking at it and I was wearing my dera with the evil eye on it. I'll look for a photo and put it here. That's my evil eye dera because it looks like the evil eye. And a second card fell. And the second card was resourcefulness. And a third one fell. And the third one was completion. And I was like, that's interesting. And as I was looking at this card, I was like, I wonder what that is. I wonder what that means because I'm seeing a man in blue and he looks like he has scales and everything. And then there's something that looks like an evil eye here. And I was saying it out loud. Then I was like, no, that's not an evil eye. That actually looks like an ovum and a sperm in there. Then it actually also looks like a fetus. And the god Hapi is usually represented as a man with a big belly and his breasts are big like a woman's breast. And he represents fertility. And fertility is not just, pregnancy and everything. It's also about other things growing in your life, like, your bank account, your lands, the ground has become fertile, yourself, creativity, and all of that. And it's renewal. So you see, plants grow, they wither, and then they grow again with the seasons. A flower, for instance, a flower doesn't stay the same forever. A flower blooms and then it withers and then it grows again and it blooms. So that's renewal. And I found that to be very interesting. Now, the next one was Khnum, Khnum. And I don't know anything about Khnum, and the last one was Nefertam. I don't know anything about these two. But before this video, I was like, you know what? You have to go and look up about those two gods. And I looked up Khnum and I was so shocked. When I looked up Hapi, I was shocked. A god of the river Nile. That's literally a sign to me, because I personally am a descendant of the people from the River Nile. And then I went and looked up Num, and Num is also a god of the River Nile. And Num is said to be the god that gives humans their head. That's like, if you think about it in chakras, that's the Ajna, that's the crown chakra. Like your head, your whole head. What does your head mean to you? Like when you hear so and so has her head on her neck, she has her head, what's the word? She's got her head in the right place. Her head is above her neck. I can't quite remember the phrase, but it's something about that. I'll put it on the screen. No, I'm not putting it on the screen because I'm not editing this video. I'm posting it as it is, because the way I'm speaking is definitely going to resonate to someone. And then when I looked up Nefertam, I was like, wow. So this is a lotus. Nefertam is a god who represents the lotus. Now let's look at this. We have renewal, we have resourcefulness, we have completion. And this god Hapi, because the card is written renewal, it reminds me of this Bible verse. But I'll say it according to the song in Swahili. Nasikia mwito wake, nasikia mwito na sauti yake, anasema njoo kwangu nikurejeshe. And I'm not turning this into a whole Christian sermon. Oh my God, this is so interesting to see. This, I don't know why I'm recognizing my cards now for the first time. I don't know, I've never seen that. But anyway, I'm not turning this into a Christian sermon. I'm saying like it's the verse, I think it's in Jeremiah, where I will renew anything that was stolen from you. I will renew. I have that verse. I'm actually pausing to find the verse. Yeah, I found the verse, and I think it's Jeremiah 30:17 that says, and I will restore to you, and I will restore health to you, and your wounds I will heal. Like whatever was stolen from you by the enemy, whatever you lost, all the years you lost, all the time you lost, it could have been in a relationship, it could have been in a course, it could have been in a job, it could have been in family, and you feel like, oh my God, all that time I wasted, all that money I wasted. Personally, I'm thinking about myself. I'm thinking about all the places I invested in the pool I invested in, and I'm just feeling like, so I feel happy that will be renewed to me and everything. And it's not about me. This is like about everyone, but you see, I have to put in something personal. And then when it comes to resourcefulness, imagine just waking up one day and realizing how resourceful you are. And the craziest part is I had a conversation yesterday, and this person on the phone was telling me how they were told by a friend, you see that lady under the tree selling bananas, and you see her little child over there. That situation you're seeing right now, it's not permanent. It's temporary. And if you ever find yourself in such a situation, you will realize how resourceful you are. Like when you're in the darkest places, when you feel like you've lost all hope, you've lost your job, you've been rejected from school, or you can no longer be in school because you don't have fees and everything. Like when you're at the corner, you will realize how resourceful you are. If you do want to realize. And I feel like all of us do realize how resourceful we are, but not all of us go for it. Some of us give up. We're like, oh, it's impossible, I can't do that and everything. But you have your head over there. You have your head on your neck. You have your head on your neck. Your head is not gone. You're not a headless chicken. Even headless chickens still fight to live. You see the way the chicken, once it's been slaughtered, it's just there, shaking and everything. It's fighting to live. It's not just giving up, oh, my head is gone, so I'm gone. The chicken is trying. So you better try harder and better than the headless chicken. And this person was telling me that I should not like give up or anything, because sometimes you sit down there and you pray for patience, and then you find yourself in the most horrible situations that require patience. You pray for to be responsible with your money, and then suddenly you have so many bills to pay, you have so many things to do, and you now have to learn how to be responsible. But to you, you're getting upset, you're getting mad because it's so uncomfortable. And I was on the phone, I was like, I don't need that. Haven't I learned enough? After all that childhood trauma, why do I have to go through some more? And they were like, it's character development. And they do make sense. They have a point. Oh well. Then we look at Nefertum, now that is completeness. And this, I feel like this is telling a story from renewal to resourcefulness to completeness. The lotus grows in muddy water, but the lotus is never muddy. The lotus is never ever dirty. And the lotus is bright. The lotus is beautiful. Like the lotus represents, I literally have a card here with a lotus. The lotus literally represents rebirth and patience. Patience. Now, I don't even know when I'm going to find that card, because I don't know. I don't even know. Maybe when I shuffle the cards, it might come out. But anyway, patience and taking your time and everything, and purity. Now, Amut shows devastation. This card of devastation. It kind of looks like a funeral rites type of card, because once you've been renewed, once you realize how resourceful you are, and once whatever cycle you're going through has been completed, you get to so many realizations that will actually devastate you. People are not who you thought they were. Umdhaniaye siye, umdhaniaye ndiye siye, umdhaniaye siye ndiye. He who you think is not. He who you think is not, is. It's devastating. Like when you have everything, and when you're there for people, like when you are resourceful before you lose everything, people will be there, they'll be depending on you, taking everything you can offer, but they don't really care about you. Yes, people will care about you, but generally people don't really care about you. And then when you lose it all, and you have to be renewed, and you have to go and figure out what your resourcefulness is, figure out where your head is, and then you get to that level of completeness. It's so devastating that the people who you really love, the people who you really cared about, the people who you would do anything, are a curse as dark as gold to you. I feel like that's why this book is here. This book was supposed to be a stand for, oh my God, why? This book was meant to be a stand for my phone today. And yeah, it's devastating. The head of a crocodile. I feel like this might, but I'm not seeing reeds, so this may not be the Nile, but it may also be the Nile, because you see this boat, although it also gives funeral rites, but I'm not seeing a torch or anything. Anyway, so we continue, and I thought I should like just pull cards here like randomly. I should pull like 3 cards. Yes, you see, as I said, there was patience and trust. We'll just go with peace, the celebration, and we'll go with the last card, which is spirit guides. I've put one card, and I don't even know I've put it down, and I was supposed to be shuffling it. We won't be adding it into this spread. So the first card was patience and trust. To be patient. To be very, very patient, because completeness is just in the horizon. A lotus doesn't get dirty. It does not matter what you've been through. Just assume that you are a lotus, and you're growing in the mud, and you're going to emerge victorious, and you're going to be beautiful. And even the lotus is used like in the representations of the chakras. The lotus is used in Buddhism, and this is a sacred flower. The lotus is a very, very sacred flower, so you're sacred. And then the next card that came up is peace. You really, really need to be at peace. You need to find the peace within you, and it doesn't mean that it's just silent, it's quiet and everything. You need to accept all the horrible things, all the violence, all the noise. and find peace in letting things be as they are. It was 1441 and I was saying that peace part. We're going to pull another deck of cards. That has reminded me that I was going to pull angel number cards. So we need to find peace in the way things are. And then we also have spirit guides over here. There is somebody who is holding your hand and you don't know. For I am with you to save you and deliver you. There is somebody who is holding your hand and you don't know. Your spirit guides are there. Now, when I was making these cards, there is glitter over here on this hand. It's not quite clear, but it's supposed to be glittery, but the printers, they don't have the technology. They didn't have the technology for all that. And if I found somebody who does that, it means I'd have to do like a bulk printing, and that would be super, super expensive when I just needed to get prototypes first and see how things would go. So this is your spirit guide. These are your spirit guides. And it's not really glitter. It was actually stars. There are stars here. And then this is you. This is your hand. And then finally, we have this wedding celebration. So there's a celebration in the future for you. And when I was sitting down to make this video, I was specifically thinking that Q1 of 2025 has been so hard. It's been so challenging, but going forward, things are actually getting better. The first card and the last card that I pulled are pink. The middle cards are white. Pink. I don't know what that means to somebody, but there's the message. Let me pick my card. It's fallen. There's the message. That's a message for somebody, and angel doesn't want to be put down. This plushie. So there's celebration in the horizon. There is celebration. Talking about horizons, when I was out watching the sky, there was one patch of the sky that was just blue, and it was literally this blue, and I was like, is that what they call azure blue? It was so blue and beautiful, and I was like, oh my god. And I was watching the clouds. There were all these clouds. There were nimbus clouds, there were cumulus clouds, there was cumulus stratus, there was a haze of clouds in the sky. There are all these clouds, and I was just watching them move like sheets of cotton candy, like that. Also those wispy clouds, and I was watching them move and move and move, and then suddenly it started drizzling. Like there were showers as the clouds were moving, and the clouds moved with the showers. And I was like, that feels like a beautiful sign, because sometimes it's raining in your life. It's really, really raining, and the rain won't let go. But then you don't know that it's not that the rain won't let go. You specifically are standing where it's raining when the sun is shining somewhere. You specifically are moving in the direction of the raining clouds. Like these clouds are moving so fast, and the showers are moving with them. So it starts raining and you move in the direction of the rain. So it keeps on raining on you. Sometimes all you have to do is stand still, look around you, and figure out, where is the sunshine? Where is the sunshine? And sometimes you are the sunshine. Yep, I've said it. Sometimes you are the sunshine. And we're going to wrap up this reading with last cards. Just going to pull one card for angel numbers. And oh my god, this is not the deck. This is not the deck with the angel numbers. But what's interesting is that the angel numbers were here with me all. They aren't. They are not. Let me get them, because I have to pull an angel number card. Okay, so here we are, and this is literally the cards that's on top of the deck. And I was like, this video I was talking about, now that it's over, and the card at the top of the deck is, it goes on and on. It goes on and on. What goes on and on? But that's not the card we're picking. We're just gonna pick a random card. We're gonna pick a random card. And if you want a reading, I do readings, cards, astrology, birth chart readings, perfectioneer readings, solar return charts. I do all of that. So we're just gonna pick a random card from in here. Remember, 222. Remember who you are. And it reminds me of this tweet by Goddess, and she says, I think I'm going to look for the link and actually put in the description box. And she says, we are the ancient ones, returning, remembering. And I'm getting a phone call. And then aside from that, we're the ancient ones, returning, remembering. There is also remember who you are. So yeah, that's it. That's today's reading.